It's been a week since the disappearance of 2-year-old Genesis Reid from her Enterprise home. Police still desperate for any clues that could bring this toddler home. News 4's Jacqueline Lambert joins us from Enterprise with the latest.
Police are not giving up, but nothing suggests that they are closer to finding Genesis Reid. Chief Michael Moore continues to hope for a key clue that would bring her home safely. We've heard officers spent the weekend going over the ground they've already covered. While they publicly remain upbeat, there is a growing sense that the odds of a safe return for Genesis grow shorter by the day. Genesis's mother remains behind bars, accused of lying to police when she reported her daughter missing. Although she has not been publicly called a murder suspect, there is little doubt investigators believe Adrienne Reid is not telling everything she knows. Police will not be holding any further briefings until there are new developments in this case, but they continue to plead for public information that could help them solve this perplexing case. In Enterprise, Jacqueline Lambert, your hometown news leader.
Thanks, Jacqueline.